Good morning, I'm Richard Strzeski, and it's Thursday, November 29th. Today we will be visiting the Worldwide Galactic Space Station and reporting live. Now I will turn to Savannah with your update at the Worldwide Galactic Space Station.
Good morning, Autumn. Today I have a few questions for you. So to start off, what have you finished so far?
We have already weighed the fruit before and after it was cut and dehydrated. The weight of the kiwi was 11.2 grams, and the weight of the other kiwi was 109.0 grams. After we dehydrated the kiwis weighed 13.5 pounds. We also dehydrated apples, cranberries, and
The fruit.
we are planning to cook a strawberry shortbread and a kiwi bagel. Those are two of my favorites. Yes, once we make the bagel, it is a mixture. The ingredients are not actually combined. On the other hand, the shortbread is a compound. This means that the ingredients are chemically combined.
Wow, thank you for talking with us. Back to you, Richard.
Now over to Ellie and Autumn to talk about the meal plan.
Hi, Autumn. Can you tell us about the meal plan for breakfast?
Sure, breakfast will be omelets. The omelets will include cheese, tomatoes, ham, and eggs. The total mass is 22.5 grams, and the total calories are 231.5.
Wow, that sounds good. Can you tell us about lunch?
Sure, for lunch will be salad. The salad includes lettuce, choice of dressing, tomatoes, cheese, carrots, and croutons. The total mass will be 243.8 grams, and the total calories are 343.69.
Wow, that sounds delicious. What about dinner?
Yes, for dinner will be chicken Alfredo. This will include the chicken breast, fettuccine noodles, and Alfredo sauce. The total mass will be 311.33, and the total calories are 1,206.
Wow, that sounds great. Can you show us the uncooked food?
Yes, here is all of the ingredients for the omelet, salad, and chicken Alfredo. In separate bowls, we are putting the foods into preparation to cook.
Thank you. That's great. Thanks for joining us today. Back to Richard.
Now we are going over to Brooklyn and Olivia to explain how the minerals and vitamins go into the body systems.
Good morning. This is Brooklyn Zorsville here with Olivia Levante, who will be telling us a little bit about how we digest the food we eat in space. Good morning, Olivia.
Good morning, Brooklyn.
So today I have heard that you will be telling us how the minerals and vitamins go through the body system.
Yes, I will be.
Will you go ahead and start for us?
Yes, to start off with, the vitamins and minerals go through the body systems a bit different than they would in Earth and on space. The biggest difference is the gravity. On Earth, when the food enters your stomach, hydraulic acid and other stomach enzymes help release the nutrients into the body. From this point, vitamins and minerals travel through the small intestine where they get absorbed into your bloodstream. They then get carried through your body. However, considering we are in space and are under microgravity, we won't have the same pull as we would on Earth.
Wow, how fascinating. I did not know that. Is there anything else for us today?
No, I believe that will be all.
Okay, thank you for doing this with us today.
Of course.
To Olivia, who will be telling us a little bit about culture and what it is like in space.
Culture is clothing, tools, music, art, customs, and beliefs, and religion. We can bring little things that we want to into space.
What are some of the things you would bring into space with you?
Bibles, books, favorite clothes, family pictures, toothbrush, hairbrush, etc. The things will be different in space because there is no gravity.
Yes, of course. Now can you talk a little bit about what the Lunar Space Station will create?
The Lunar Space Station will create a magnetic gym floor and magnetic shoes, so when you exercise, you have gravity. We also create a day called Lunar Day, where everyone that works is celebrated and gets a day off.
Thank you, Ellie. Back to you, Richard.
Brooklyn and Olivia will talk about how space affects the body.
How does space affect your body?
Well, as an effect of microgravity we are exposed to, the body will actually grow. The fluid in your body expands up to 22% of what it was originally. Your bones also seem to kind of stretch, but the only thing really happening is your stress is being removed off of your body. The body weakens in space and loses balance. As your bones stretch, your muscles loosen, creating a limp body.
Wow, that's intense.
Yes, it is for sure. We have to exercise regularly to prevent too much harm from being done. Let me show you. Over here is our fitness area.
Over to Ellie and Autumn to talk about exercising in space.
Thank you, Richard. Today we will be joining Autumn Miller. Good morning, Autumn. I heard that you will be talking about exercising in space. Can you tell us about the exercise equipment, heart rate, and your graph data?
Okay, well, to start off, there are treadmills, stationary bikes, and a device that will simulate weightlifting. All the devices keep you physically in shape, but they also keep you strong.
Average heart rate when on treadmills will be lower than average in space, so the average in space would normally be 60 to 100 beats per minute for adults. On stationary bikes, the average heart rate would be 93 to 157 beats per minute, and on the weightlifting simulator, your heart rate would be about 70 to 175 beats per minute.
As you can see, we have to do many different movements to keep our bodies strong.
Oh, yes.
Very little muscle concentration is needed to support your bodies or to move around. The exercise area will have a magnetic floor, so when you exercise, you wear special magnetic shoes, so you will have gravity. Without regular use and exercise, our muscles weaken and deteriorate, a process called atrophy.
Oh.
Our main exercise is on machines such as a space treadmill named Colbert, Selvis, a stationary bike, and Arid, a device that simulates weightlifting. These machines are much different than the ones on Earth, but still have the same purpose.
Cool.
Yes, here on the space station, we have to exercise 3 hours every day.
Very fit. Well, thank you for talking to us. Back to you, Richard.
Over to Brooklyn and Olivia to talk about the government.
Hello, Brooklyn. Can you tell us what the government will be like?
Hello, yes. The government will have 5 branches: the law branch, science discovery branch, safety branch, education branch, and the communication branch.
Thank you, Ellie. Now I'm going to hand it back to you and Olivia to talk about the history and humans in space.
Good morning, this is Ellie here with Olivia Levante. Hello, Olivia. Tell me about the history of space stations.
Well, to start off with, space stations have changed for many years for the better. From the late 1960s to the early 1970s, the first space station was the Apollo. The first Apollo flight happened in 1968, and the first controlled mission was on the Apollo 8. The main mission was to explore the moon between 1969 and 1972, and to bring everyone back to Earth safely. They used several different vehicles. The Lunar Roving Vehicle was used for the Apollo's last 3 missions. The living spaces were the 3 modules and the tunnel that connects them all. Only 6 missions achieved their main goal, to explore the moon and to bring people back to Earth. After the Apollo, there was the Space Shuttle.
Wow, that's cool. Tell me about the space shuttle.
The Space Shuttle has been used for many missions to space. The first mission, the Space Shuttle, was in 1981. The Space Shuttle was used to take satellites to space to orbit Earth and carried large parts of space to build the International Space Station. There were only 3 vehicles used. There were 3 areas, including the orbiter. The Space Shuttle accomplished 135 missions, found a new star, and gave us a new view of the galaxy. It made satellite communications grow to carry TV programs, and people got the satellite signals through their TV antennas. Sadly, 14 astronauts were killed in total. After the Space Shuttle, there was an International Space Station.
Okay, tell us about the International Space Station.
The International Space Station's main mission was to provide an international laboratory to do experiments in the space environment. The first flight was in 2000. They used 3 vehicles. The Russian Soyuz was used for transporting people to and from the station and remained docked at the ISS at all times as a lifeboat. The areas of the station, including the Russian module, truss, and the laboratory. The International Space Station accomplished improvements in robotics with Canadian-built robot arms, used instruments to get water quality in the world coastal bays, and combustion research is revealing more efficient ways of fuel consumption. After the International Space Station, there is going to be a lunar orbit space station.
That's cool. I didn't know there was going to be a lunar station. Tell us about that.
Yes, the Lunar Orbit Space Station's main mission is to build a moon orbiting station. If everything goes as planned, the plans will begin from 2000 to 2017. The first mission will be launched in 2023. Some of the vehicles that they might use will include the Deep Space Getaway, the Dawn spacecraft, Federalist crew vehicle. There may be more vehicles that we use that are not announced yet, but that is all of the known ones. The areas of the space station will include airlock module, power and propulsion bus, and its habitation module. These areas may not be exact, and there may be more, but that is what's known.
Wow, that's some great information. Back to you, Richard.
Good morning, it's Savannah Fabre. Today we will be doing a quick interview with the head scientist here at WGSS. Here with us is Olivia Levante. Hi Olivia, thanks so much for doing this with us.
Yes, of course.
A few questions today.
Sure.
So we know you're head scientist here. Well, what exactly does your job involve?
Well, here aboard the WGSS, my job is a little different than what it would be on Earth. Besides the fact that we are constantly floating, we have different controls to monitor. My job involves all kinds of research, lab experiments, and recordings. I work mostly in our lab here, but some days I have to work in an office. Today, we are focusing on dehydration and food preparation.
How fascinating, tell us more.
Well, the process begins with cutting the fruit. So right now, we are working on some strawberries and kiwis.
Once you cut a strawberry, does it stay a strawberry?
That brings up a very interesting topic. Yes, it is still a strawberry. It has underwent a physical change.
That is cool. So when you dehydrate the fruit, is that a physical change too?
No, it's actually not. That's a chemical change. The chemical properties of the strawberries has changed. It's still a strawberry, you could say, but not really. The boiling point, the melting point has changed, so that is a chemical change.
That's some great information. Now to Ellie Stanford with your update on the WGSS food.
WGSS interview. Thank you for everyone who has joined us today.